Morning, everybody. Come to yoga class. As they slowly come online. Morning, Catherine. Morning, Leslie. Go in and sign in at the bottom. Send me hearts and smiley faces with hugs. Get your mats. Today you're going to definitely need your strap, a block. Thank you for the hearts. Oh! And wow faces too. Yay! Here's Ruth Ann. We got a group going. Yay! So, mat and block and definitely a strap today. Yep, we're gonna need that strap. And I have some interesting music. We'll see if you like it. So, you know, lately the only music that I can play and put on YouTube has to be approved. So I have subscribed to how do they call it? I'm looking. They live streamed music on a channel that I use for everything, and it's got some wonderful stuff. And I happened to stumble across this the other day while I was doing a workout, so I thought I'd try it on you. You'll recognize most of the songs. I mean, not songs, they're just some really beautiful music. Morning, Debbie. Good to see everyone. We are almost ready. A couple more minutes. Just get yourself set up. There goes those hearts again. Thanks for the hearts. Mat, block, definitely strap or belt or scarf. Or you know what, you could actually, if you have tubing, you could use your tubing. Morning, Joyce. Because we're going to be working, just so you know, so you don't go like, why is she wanting us to get straps? We're going to be doing the shoulder thing where we go up and over our head, you know that one? So if a tubing works better for you to get those shoulders activated, because that's what we're going to do, we got to get those shoulders activated and really get that back stretched, because we've been doing a lot of sitting. So it's time to straighten up. So strap, scarf, anything that you can, that's long enough that if you have to loosen it up a little bit, you can do that. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you definitely need your scarf today, so get it. Sometimes a strap, well, it depends. If you've got a real yoga strap, you're fine. So everybody's checked in. Are we almost there? We're there. All right, got your mat down. You might want a blanket and just set it aside. You might need it for a little later. But we're gonna start standing up. So let me get my music going. I hope you enjoy the music. Wrong music. There we go. Nope. so we're going to have technical difficulties today. There. Okay. Now, this first one you'll recognize. Little Beethoven to start out the morning with. All right. Let's start in a standing position. Make sure you got your block and your strap close by, or tubing. Remember I said tubing would work today. And let's start with our toes together and that inch between our heels. Just pull up out of those knees, up out of those hips, and place all that strength in your core. Roll those shoulders back and down, and let those arms just softly hang at your side. Take a deep breath in. Bring it in through the nose, down to the very bottom of those lungs. And then start that breath going up the back of your body and down the front. It's the way the energy flows in our body. So let's just help it along with that breath. You're just focusing on that breath, filling up those lungs entirely, blowing them up like large balloons. Getting all that stale air and everything that's sitting down there at the bottom, just exhale it out. And once you take your focus to your mind and your mind to just your breath, everything else will just melt away. Tuck your chin to your chest. Feel that stretch coming down the neck into the upper back. Then roll right ear to right shoulder. Take your right hand and gently place it on your left shoulder. Just add that tiny bit of stretch. You don't have to add much weight. You'll feel the difference. And then release. Take your chin back to your chest. And then roll left ear to left shoulder. Place that left hand on your right shoulder. And notice the difference between this side and the other. No two are ever the same. We're going to be working those shoulders and that upper back today. So let's start by just stretching it out. And then release. Take your chin back to your chest. Then lift the crown of your head toward the sky. Look over your right shoulder and drop your chin and look down. Adding that stretch out down the side, the left side of the neck into that left shoulder. And just hold and breathe 3 to 5 breaths. And bring that head up the same way that you took it down and bring it back to center. Look over your left shoulder. Drop your chin. Nice deep breaths. Feel that head become heavier. Bring that head up and back to center. Let's inhale, arms to the sky. Bring hands through heart center. And today bring them out, palms up and open up. Draw those arms back. Opening up that chest expansion. Let that heart center shine. And then float them back down. Again, inhale up Hands come through heart center. Palms up and out. Just getting that upper body just opened up and loosened. Take a deep breath here. And float them back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale down through heart center. Inhale outside. Exhale back down. You can feel the heat starting to build in those shoulders. So good. All right, let's step our feet apart so they're about a hip width apart. And we're going to go down and stretch the back of our body. So I want you, and I'm going to turn sideways. I want you to soften at the knees, hinge at the hips. Try not to hinge at the waist, and just let your body, and let the arms dangle in front of you as you go down. And use the breath because you're going to feel really tight up the back of that body. Let your head hang, shake it out. And deepen your knees. Come down to fingertips with cup palms. And deepen those knees as much as you can. Let that rib cage rest on your thighs. We're going to do our 5 breaths. We haven't done that in a while. So we can get all the back of the legs and the hamstrings stretched out. So take your first breath and just lift those hips a little bit. And exhale down. Take the next breath. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale down. And again, inhale and lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Can you feel that? Inhale, lift. And now lift those hips, straighten those legs. Bring your hands to your shins. Press your upper body weight against those shins and look forward. Keep those abdominals tucked in, supporting that lower back here. And then soften those knees and slowly roll up. Try not to get lightheaded. All right. Take your legs out wide. I'm really going to do some just nice, soft stretching. I want your toes pointed toward the outer corners of your mat, so they're not straight forward, they're pointed out. Put your hands on your hips. We're going to go back down into a flat back. Keep that chin up, so you have that stretch from sternum to chin. Keep looking at me for a moment. A nice flat back. Open up those shoulders. Get those abdominals tucked in. Support that lower back. We're going to continue down. Bring our hands directly into our shoulders and drop our heads. If you feel like you'd like to take your legs out a little wider, go right ahead. And drop to full palms here. And just let that body stretch. Today, let's walk over to this right leg. Take your right hand, just place it on your ankle. Your left hand can come up onto the lower leg. And again, as if you're trying to get your nose to that right toe. Use the breath to help that body stretch. And then walk back to center. And walk over to the left leg. Left hand takes a hold of the ankle, right hand on the lower leg, and stretch. Back to center. Come up onto your fingertips with cup palms and just walk your feet in. Come into bent knees, into a forward fold. And once again, slowly roll up. Come up slowly. All right. Okay, so get your strap. Let's just go right into it. Take your feet, you want your feet out a little wide, maybe a little wider than hip width. And get your strap or your scarf. And mine already got a loop in it. So I'm going to put my hand, if you've already got a loop, if you happen to have a real yoga strap and you've created that loop on the one side, put your hand through it. And I usually put it so the buckle, you can see the buckle is toward my thumb. And then I have full use of the length of this strap, so I can control it a little better. All right, so legs are all wide, so you do have a nice wide base. And let's take those arms down nice and straight into a downward V. Shoulders are rolled back and down, and you want to be pulling tight on that strap so you can start to feel it in your upper body. And then bring it up, shoulder height. Now if you're using tubing, you're going to have that stretch to it. But that's okay, just so you can get that feeling. And we're going to tuck those abdominals and try and imagine that you have headlights on your hip bones and they're straight forward on the road. You don't want them to go off the road. You want them to stay straight. So we're just take our upper body and do a spinal twist to the right. Head follows. You can feel your hips wanting to turn. Don't let them. And hold and breathe. Arms are still at shoulder height. So you're looking over your right shoulder. And you can feel that upper body working. Come back to center. Let's spinal twist to the left. Keep those hips as forward as you can. Deep breath. Keep those shoulders released away from your ears. Feel those muscles in your back starting to work. Come back to center. Now, we have to go out a little wider. Let's take it overhead. Nice straight arms. Drop those. You don't want your shoulders up to your ears. Drop them down. Get that back up activated. Really working those shoulders here too. And then, let's take it all the way back. Keep those arms at shoulder height. It almost feels like your shoulder blades are touching. That's a good thing. And hold. This is an extreme chest expansion. You're going to feel it down those arms, through the chest. And then release back. Take a breath. Great, come back to shoulder height. Bring it back over your head, back in front of you. Spinal twist to the right. Come back to center. Spinal twist to the left. Come back to center and release down. Take a breath. All right. I'm going to do that again. Start in your downward V. Come up shoulder height. Spinal twist to the right. Back to center. Spinal twist to the left. Breathe. Come back to center. Take it up overhead. Stay grounded through those feet. Keep those abdominals tucked in. You want to be squeezing. Whenever you take your arms overhead, squeeze those glutes. Protects that lower back. Take it back. Chest expansion. Let that heart lift as you breathe. And then release down. Rest. Just give yourself a little rest. All right. Come back up. Nice deep breath here. Back overhead. Back to shoulder height. Spinal twist to the right. Come back to center. Spinal twist to the left. Come back to center. And release down. We're going to do that one more time because you should start to feel heat. You can almost touch your shoulders and feel that heat building. All right, here we go. Downward V, shoulder height. Spinal twist to the right. Come back to center. Spinal twist to the left. Come back to center. Take it up overhead. Squeeze those glutes, tuck those abdominals in, protect that lower back in this pose. Then take it back into chest expansion. Feel those shoulders loosening up. Then drop down and take a breath. All right, here we go. Come back to front. Let's go take it back, overhead. Keep those shoulders dropped away from your ears. Abdominals are tucked in here. Glutes are squeezing. Bring it back, shoulder height. Spinal twist to the right. Keep those hips forward. Spinal, come back to center. Spinal twist to the left. And come back to center. Release. All right, go ahead and set your strap aside. And what we're going to do is take those legs out long, again wide, I'm sorry. And we're going to go back and down, hands on your hips, back down into a flat back. Keep that chin up, keep looking at me. Nice flat back, abdominals tucked in, supporting that lower back here. Then come down, fingertips cup palms underneath your shoulders, release your head. We're going to do a little hamstring stretch here. It's pyramid, we called it pyramid pose. So we're going to take our right foot and turn it toward the top of your mat. Toes directly toward the top. We're going to go into a warrior foundation. So take that left heel back a little bit. Make sure there's a line, a straight line between your heel and the arch of your left foot. We're going to walk around. Bring this knee now over the right ankle. So you're in a lunge. Now I want you to start to straighten that right leg. You really feel that stretch, the hamstring. Release your upper body, shake out your head. And just hold the stretch. Breathe. Your body's going, I haven't done this in a long time. Now if you have blocks and you feel like you want blocks here, go ahead and get those because they work too. You can have them on all levels. If you have 2 blocks, you have 1 on each side. See how much higher you are, it's easier to get that stretch. Something to give you height if you can't get your hands all the way to the mat. All right. We're going to bring that knee back over the ankle. And if you have to bring that back foot in a little bit, go right ahead. Because I want you to bring your hands now up onto your thigh and stay in that lunge. We're rolling to the outside of that back foot. This knee turned out toward the pinky toe so you get that stretch going on the inner thigh. Straighten that spine, sink deep into your foundation. And we're going to turn this into Warrior 2. Shoulders rolled back and down. Drop your left hand to your thigh. Right palm turns up. Go up into reverse warrior. And here, this knee likes to start to straighten. Don't let it. Don't let it. Just take that arm straight up. And if you can, if you have no issues with those cervical vertebrae, go ahead and look up at the palm of your hand. Adds a little balance. Come back to Warrior 2. Straighten that leg. And let's turn those feet back forward and release our arms down. All right, we've done the right side. We're gonna go and start from the beginning again and now go to the left. So hands back on the hips. Come down into your flat back, chin stays up. Hold and breathe. Release your hands down under your shoulders, fingertips, cup palms. And now we're gonna turn those left toes toward the back of your mat. Turn that right heel back, about 45 degrees. And then bring this left knee over the ankle and walk over. Let your rib cage rest on your thigh. You'll know you're in the right place. Shake out your head. If you need blocks here, get blocks. And then take a deep breath and start to stretch and straighten this left leg. Feel that stretch. Oh, much different than the other side. Let your breath do the work here. And then bring that knee back over the ankle. If you need to bring that back foot in a little bit, go right ahead. Make sure you've got your balance as you bring your hands up onto that left thigh. Warrior two. So your hips automatically turn out to the long side of your mat. We're rolling to the outside of that right foot, and that knee, left knee, is out toward the pinky toe. There's that stretch in that inner thigh. Take a deep breath, sink a little deeper. Drop your right hand to your thigh. Let it rest. Left palm to the sky, and up we go, reverse warrior. If you can, look up at the palm of your hand. Release this right shoulder away from your ear. Take a deep inhalation, come back to warrior two. Straighten that leg, parallel your feet, and release your arms down. Walk your feet in, heel, toe, heel, toe. Always protect those knees. And go ahead and shake them out. If you have water, good time to get it. And then meet me at the top of your mat. Let's start in Tadasana. Arms just softly hand at our sides. Shoulders roll back and down and just ground in center. Just let those feet root themselves into the earth. Take a deep breath. Swan dive, forward fold. Head stays up. Soften the knees as you come down, and we're going to step back onto all fours. Hands and wrists directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's go up into our cat back stretch. Tuck your chin to your chest. Release up. Breathe into that back. We've worked it. We've been working that upper back. Bring some breath up into it. And then drop into your cow pose. Navel drops toward the mat. Press up, look forward. Lower back stretch. Bring it back to neutral. Take a deep inhalation here. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Take your knees to the outside edges of the mat. Toes stay together. Come up. Stretch the front of that body again. We like to do that today. Fists to your hips, so press those hips forward. Roll those shoulders back and down. If you can, chin comes forward, look up. Take a deep breath as you exhale back into modified camel pose. You're going to feel that stretch from your knees all the way up to those hips. You'll feel the stretch across your chest. And then we're going to let you come down, release, and go into a wide leg child pose. Forehead to the mat, arms to our sides, and let those shoulders relax and drop. Now, scoop down on your belly. Elbows under your shoulders, spread those fingers wide. Bring those legs together, create that mermaid tail. Squeeze those glutes. Get that lower body anchored onto your mat. Press up into a modified cobra. Look forward. There's that stretch. Sternum to chin. And then release down, rest your forehead on your hands. Hooded cobra. Bring those hands under your shoulders with your fingers facing toward the center of your mat and elbows flared out. Come up onto your forehead, as if you were looking down your shirt. Get that mermaid tail anchored, that lower body anchored. Take a deep breath and press up. Really working those arms. If you can, press that belly into the mat. And then you're going to come down, turn your head to the right. Arms to your sides, let your elbows flare open and your feet flop open. Just rest and breathe. And now come back up now. Hands are back under the shoulders with your fingers toward the top of the mat. Your arms tuck close to your rib cage. Get that lower body anchored. Come back up onto your forehead as if you were looking down your shirt. Release those shoulders away from your ears. And come up into cobra. Again, press that belly into the mat. Keep that lower body anchored. And then come down, turn your head to the left, elbows flare out, feet flap open. We are really working our upper body today. Those shoulders, those triceps, upper back. Put your hands back under your shoulders. We're going to press up and sit back into a child pose. Just for a rest and recovery. Sit with our legs crossed. Time to give that back a stretch. We all know this one. I always look forward to it. Cup your hands over your knees. Make sure you're on your sit bones. Lengthen that spine. Lift the crown of your head to the sky. Take a deep breath and round and release your spine. Roll back onto those sit bones. If you let go of your arms and go flying forward, flying backward, don't do it. And just press your heart toward your spine. Tuck that navel toward your spine. And just breathe into your back here. Release those shoulders. And then keeping that navel tucked tight toward your spine to protect that lower back. Roll up. Get your strap. Let's take our right foot forward and bring that left foot to your inner thigh, your knee, or your calf, whatever works for you. If you need that block to rest under that knee, go ahead and get it. I want you to flex this foot. You're going to take the strap, put it around that right foot. And now create a nice straight back. Roll those shoulders back and down. Sit tall. We're going to forward fold, keeping that back as straight as we possibly can. So take a deep breath. Hinge at your hips and come forward. You're going to be looking out over your toes. So you're going to, again, have that stretch, sternum to chin. We're doing a lot of sternum to chin stretching. Take some deep breaths. Go deeper. It's a great stretch for the lower back. Now I want you to tuck your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath and draw the crown of your head toward your toes. It's trying to get that nose as close to your knee as possible. And then release and roll it. Let's change sides. Left leg extends, right foot comes in, thigh, knee, or calf. And again, if you need the block, you just place it right there. Let that knee rest on it. It's not important that that knee drops to the ground. You are getting a stretch through, opening up this hip, a stretch through that inner thigh. Flex this left foot. Press that strap. Place the strap around it. Create that straight back again. Take a deep breath. Lift and hinge forward on that exhalation. Looking out over those toes. And just use that breath to stretch out the back of that body. Tuck your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath and draw the crown of your head toward your toes and the nose toward your knee. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Both legs extend out long. Strap around both feet. Flex those feet. Sit up tall. Full forward fold. Take a deep breath, lift. Exhale and come forward. You can walk your hands down that strap. Drop your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath. Draw the crown of your head toward your toes. Release and roll up. And set that strap aside. Sit back into potted palm. Stretch that back again. Let that back go. Inhale, round and release. Roll back. You may feel this a little tomorrow. That's a good thing. Body's saying, I like to move. I really like to move. I like to keep my bones strong, my muscles flexible. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Sit into butterfly. Bottoms of the feet together. See if you can bring those heels in a little closer today. And then flutter. Just flutter those knees. See how those hips are feeling. Then with your hands, bring your knees together. Today, let's sit into a modified boat pose. Hands go to the back of the knees, hold on. Come up onto your toes. You're on your sit bones and walk those feet toward you and bring them up. Keep holding on, this is a balance. Shoulders roll back and down. You need a strong core in this pose. So it's like you should feel your rib cage pressing toward your thighs and your spine extending in this pose. And then release and balance. 3 breaths here. And then release back into butterfly. Go ahead and flutter those knees. Use your hands to bring those knees together. Bring those hands behind the knees. Come in. And I'm going to have you just keep holding on to the back of your knees in this one, because I want you to extend those legs all the way up. I know you can't see me, but my face is back here. You can point I like to point my toes, and I'm really trying to keep that back strong. My shoulders are rolled back and down. And then drop back into your butterfly. Wasn't so bad. Want to go one step further? Sure. Okay, I heard that out there. Somebody's out there going, can we do the next one? Yes. So bring those knees together. Just make sure that if you fall backward, that you're not hitting your head on something like I would be about to. So bring those legs back up. This time we're going to take index and middle finger, wrap it around that big toe. Make sure you're on your sit bones. We take one leg out. I haven't done this in a while, and I can do this 2 legs. Woo! Thank you, quarantine. I'm going to try this a little different way. So there's one. Woo! I need Mary Ann. There we go. Not easy when you haven't done it in a while. All right, come back. That was good. It's always good to know your instructor's human too. She is. Oh. All right. Let's go down on our backs, knees to chest. I think we have done enough with that body. It's time to stretch out. Knees to chest. Rock side to side. Keep that left thigh tucked in and take that knee out towards your left shoulder. Straighten your right leg down on the mat. Right arm goes overhead. Stretch it out. Then bring that right arm out to the side. Left hand to the inside of that left knee and let that leg drop open, opening up that hip. Wind frame pose. Your hip should be really open by now, so this should feel very good. And then bring it back to center. We're going to tuck the right hip under the left, and with the right hand, draw this left knee over to the right side of our body. Left arm's out to the side, keeping that left shoulder grounded, and just let your back, your lower back stretch out. Breathe, let that breath do the work here. My right leg is straight, foot is flexed. Come back to center, knees to chest. Rock side to side. See how that lower back's feeling. And then keep that right knee tucked in. Bring it out towards your right shoulder. Left leg extends out long. Left arm goes overhead. And point your fingers, that's your thumb, drop toward the ground. So you get a good stretch. Left arm goes out to the side, right hand to the inside of the knee and drop that knee open. Try and keep your knee at waist height if you can. Then bring that knee back to center. Tuck left hip under the right. Right arm goes out to the side. Left hand gently draws that knee over the left hip. Come back to center, knees to chest. Let's take those legs up into the air. Right ankle goes onto left thigh. Reach through to the back of that left thigh. Make this left leg nice and straight. Flex that foot. And then draw that right ankle towards you. At the same time with your right elbow pressing the right knee away. It's going to get deep down under those glutes into the piriformis. Hard place to get to, but this does it. Then release, rock side to side. Legs back up into the air, left ankle, right thigh. Reach through the back of the right thigh, draw that leg towards you, flex that right foot, make that leg strong. And then with the left elbow, press the left knee away. Each side's really gonna feel different in this. And then release, rock side to side. Take those legs out long for one of our favorite stretches. Point your toes, arms overhead, and stretch out that body. Bring those hands to your rib cage, feet together. Drop those knees open into a reclining butterfly and take your focus back to your breath. You can feel, you wrap your hands around your rib cage, you can feel that those lungs expand. And then let those feet, legs out long, let the feet flap open, arms come down to our sides, palms facing the sky. Just roll those shoulders open. Take a deep breath and let that body sink and melt into your mat. Feel every part of your body that meets the mat. Become aware of it. Feel the heat and energy swirling around in the palms of your hands. You are more than welcome to stay in Shavasana and just relax, enjoy. come back into potted palm. Lift the crown of your head toward the sky. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, down. And inhale, up. And exhale, down. And inhale, up, bringing hands through heart center into prayer. If you're still in your Shavasana, my spirit honors yours. Namaste. See you next Tuesday. Thanks for coming to Yoga